Keyshawn delivered a dominant performance and a clear display of levels in boxing over a tough and seasoned contender. A great statement win. Let's get into it. A wise man once said, "Fighters who control initiation decide when danger begins. Fighters who control termination decide when danger ends. And fighters who control both control the reality of the fight." That wise man is my boss, but more on that soon. Where initiation of an engagement is defined by strikes, feints, and penetration steps, and termination of an engagement is defined by clinch, control, angles, and smothering, the fighter who can gain influence over and control over when both happens will tend to dictate the fight. And this happens to be a quite succinct way of putting what Keyshawn does in the ring. When Keyshawn is at his best, he's controlling the entire fight. In the open stance, the lead hand jab joust serves as an aspect of this control by occupying punch lanes. Keyshawn puts Ortiz in a tricky situation. His own lead hand becomes rather difficult to throw because he must contend with Keyshawn's, so to land he has to jump through or around it. On the other hand, literally, the rear hand punch lane is relatively free of traffic, which makes it more enticing for him to throw. But these are calculations that Keyshawn is also making himself. So if Ortiz tries to contest the lead hand, it's a simple adjustment for Keyshawn to block or deflect it. But if he throws the more enticing rear hand, Keyshawn is mentally prepared to defend. Once Keyshawn established the lead hand joust, he began to take it away in flash guards such as the high guard or low lead hand, creating a twofold bait. The low lead and high guard both present vulnerable positions that can coax an opponent to punch, while clearing the lane of the jab joust puts the most commonly thrown punch in boxing back in the menu. So when Keyshawn clears the lane, he's perceptive of what that presents his opponent and is prepared not only to defend himself from offense, but to counterpunch. Ortiz may also feel pressure to jab joust along with Keyshawn, or fill the space that Keyshawn emptied with his own lead hand probes. Being much less schooled in the application of the lead hand than Keyshawn is, this time and time again gave Keyshawn an easy path to come around, over, or under the outstretched lead hand. If Ortiz did nothing, which usually meant keeping his lead hand in a sling, then there was nothing stopping Davis from shooting the jab. While all of these aspects allowed Keyshawn to set terms of engagement and manipulate Ortiz's entries without his knowledge, it was made easier by a few of Ortiz's tendencies that became tells. Firstly, the level change, which Ortiz tends to explode out of offensively. It didn't take long for Keyshawn to realize that a level change from Ortiz often precluded this, and as such, he would start to take the level change as a signal to either disengage or counterpunch. Somewhat tied to this is a tendency Ortiz had to let his lead hand drift downward right before shooting the jab. Not only does this increase the distance Ortiz's glove needs to travel, making it slower than the jab thrown from the lead hand's resting position, but it literally provided a signal to a pound-for-pound talent that you're about to initiate offense, giving Keyshawn more than enough time to react appropriately. Lastly, Keyshawn controlled where and when exchanges ended. Using control off misses and initiate clinches allows him success, but denies the opponent even the opportunity. When Ortiz did have success, clinching and or seeking escape routes made those moments fleeting before we return to the regularly scheduled program. Inversely, when Ortiz wanted to end exchanges, it was Keyshawn who was proactive in seeking out and attacking his escape routes, constantly leaving him with receipts for leaving range with poor fundamentals or without control and bringing it back full circle, starting offense right as Ortiz attempted to reset, being it attacking crosswalking, shuffling, rhythm bouncing, etc. Ortiz wasn't allowed to do anything without Keyshawn's permission, which pretty early on led to him being out of answers. This manifested in sequences of complete control where Keyshawn entered rare air, controlling every aspect of the engagement while breaking his opponent down and denying them a chance to respond, probably exemplified best by the sequences that led to the knockdown and the stoppage levels. Keyshawn made a statement by stopping a tricky fighter who was known to give highly accomplished boxers like Lomachenko and Teofimo fits. And while those are great fighters in their own right, what Keyshawn brought in terms of his ability to set terms in the ring made a clear difference. Keyshawn is a clear pound-for-pound talent with the potential for even greater, as long as he keeps his head right.
Fight fam. Boxing is called the sweet science for a reason. Every slip, every counter, every trap, it's all hidden in the details. At Boxing Gems, we break down those details frame by frame so fans can see the art behind the fight. If you enjoy our YouTube film studies and want to go deeper down the rabbit hole, Patreon is the place. It helps us keep producing high quality breakdowns without worrying about algorithms, and it gives you exclusive access to the content that can't make it on the YouTube. Get extended live stream breakdowns with more detail and analysis. Ask your own questions in the 24/7 chats, decide what fights or fighters we cover, and get personalized private analysis. Your support means we can keep studying the sport we love and showing why boxing is the most beautiful science. Join the Boxing Gems community on Patreon and let's keep breaking down the fight game together. This is Ryan, professional boxing analyst and founder of Boxing Gems Film Study. Film don't lie.